Alright everyone, what is going on? My name is David T. or Datum C. Recently, just kidding, it wasn't recently, it was upwards of 2 years ago, I published a video on my YouTube channel called How to Host a Crafting Dead
Everyone,
modded
hello.
Minecraft server. And in that video, oh gosh, I'm in the guest window. There we go. Had tutorial of how to host a Crafting Dead server. It was long and complex, and the goal is to update it, as a couple of you guys have asked, and to update it to be a more, well, obviously up-to-date tutorial, and then a little bit more concise. So that's the goal today. We're gonna keep at least this link the same here to Technic Launcher. So first step again is going to be open Technic Launcher. You're going to scroll down, download the Windows version. So we're going to download the Windows client here, and we'll install that. Now I already have it downloaded and installed, but we'll pretend that I don't. Anyways, download it, we get it installed, and it'll pop up, log in, here we go, voila, magical. So we're gonna open up our Technic launcher, we'll go to mod packs here, and we're going to basically, what we would do normally is we'd search for the mod pack we want, and we would click the install button here. Now I've already added it here, so I have the play instead of the install option. But if I was doing this, I would search for like Crafting Dead and official Crafting Dead right there. I would click download. Don't ever use Norton. I'm just haven't canceled my subscription. We're gonna go and we're gonna go ahead and play this this version. It is based in Minecraft 1.6.4. So once we get everything loaded up for the Crafting Dead mod, we'll be able to go to our default Technic install location. Now, I by default installed my Technic launcher to my desktop, and that's just out of habit. If you just kept the install the same, it's going to be in your app data. Easiest way to get to your app data folder, the Windows key and R key on your keyboard, and you're going to type app data. It's going to pop up with your app data. It'll be in the roaming folder .technic right here, and you'd have this exact same these exact same folders in there. You would go to mod packs then. Once you find that, official Crafting Dead mod, and then mods. So this is the mod itself for this version. Now every time they update this plugin, this mod changes. That's why it's always good to just keep your server up to date with these mods that are in the Technic launcher. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this zip file. Now this is gonna be a second download link in the description, and again, like the video I had, it's just gonna be a Mediafire link to download the zip. Now you're gonna extract this zip here, and it's gonna open up a folder like this. This is all the configuration you need for your server. The first step for your server is going to be to open up this mods folder and then copy. So you're going to right click, copy, or Control C on your keyboard. You're going to go to the server that we extracted, that folder, the mods folder inside there, and we're going to paste it. So now we have that mod inside our server. Our server is going to default to, let's see if I can make this full screen here. Our server is going to default to port 25565. That is the standard Minecraft port for any Minecraft game. It's going to default max players 20. Level type needs to be CD. This is for Crafting Dead. It's a specific world generation type. It should give you zombies. It should give you structures. Game mode 0 is going to be survival game mode. Is going to be the default. And we should be good to go. So I'm going to close out of this. We're going to run our server by double clicking on this Minecraft Forge universal.jar file. It has to be this one. If you click this Minecraft server jar, this is just going to boot up a vanilla Minecraft world. No mods at all. So we're going to have to grab this Forge one to run the mods. We should be able to open it up, and it looks like it's starting the server. We shouldn't have any issues starting it, I can't imagine. But it's preparing a spawn area, it's generating us a world, and looks like it's good to go. We're going to close out of, I'm going to keep my server window open here. I'm going to close out of my app data mod because I have it installed and it's good to go. We're going to open up our Crafting Dead installation here, and we're going to play, we're going to go to other servers. This is my server here and that I have, and I can see it's running. I have a good connection to it. But if I were to look at the name, I connected to localhost. So I can do the same thing here. This is me testing the server out as an external IP address. But if I put in localhost, that points to the computer I have itself. So this only works if it's on the same machine. I'll show you how to share the server in just a couple minutes. Looks like we get put in a server. Here's our world. It does look like it has some structures. Now let's see if we can find some zombies somewhere, just to make sure everything's working correctly. There's some zombies. We can't go into game mode. We have no permissions at all here. To do that, we're going to have to go to our terminal here for our server, and we're going to type command OP for operate, and then name. So DT_MC, and we can see server opt.mc. So we're gonna respawn, and for some reason I spawned underwater. We can change that spawn point. There's a lot of zombies. So game mode C. So we know our server's running. We know we can log in. We added the mods. So we're good to go. The next step is going to be to get the server on the internet for your friends, for anyone you want to join. So I'm going to open up command prompt. For you guys, probably the easiest way is Windows key and R we talked about, and CMD. Open up command prompt, and what we're going to do is we're going to run command ipconfig. Now this is going to show up a couple other adapters that you won't have, and that's just because of the way my system's configured. So I'm connected using wireless, meaning I'm going to look for wireless LAN, and here's that adapter there. Now if I was connected via Ethernet, it would show an Ethernet connection here, and it would be my Ethernet adapter, Ethernet right here. And it would give me the same information down here as this gives me right here. So we're going to find our IP address for this computer is 192.168.1.100. That's probably going to be very similar to a common IP address, but what's going to be even more common is this default gateway of 192.168.1.1. This is your router or your firewall, whatever you guys run off of here. And usually the configuration for it is on this IP, and it's usually a web user interface. So we're going to copy this IP, we're going to select it, and right click, and that copies that IP. I'm going to go to a web browser here. I don't need that tab. I'm going to right click, I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to go. This pops up my router configuration. Now, every router is different. If you can't get to this page by going to this default gateway IP address, look at your router and just try and figure out the management from there. You might have to Google it, but odds are it's going to be this default gateway. This is where you'll need to have administrator credentials to log into your router. Now, I have mine. If you guys don't have yours, I cannot help you with that. I'll have to talk to someone who would know, someone who set up your network. Alright, so now I'm logged into my router. Now I know where port forwarding is. Sometimes it's also called virtual servers. Now my router actually has both of them, a virtual server section and a port forwarding section. They have the exact same function. The only difference is the port forwarding, you do a series of ports to the computer. Now with virtual servers, it's only a specific singular port. So I'm just going to set up a virtual server. We're going to do port 25565 again. That's what the server was hosted on. We can see it booted up on 25565. That's the default IP, or sorry, default port. So 5565. I'm going to make that the public port and the private port. Protocol is going to stay at TCP. Schedule always. Inbound file filter, allow all. IP address is where we're going to put our computer's IP address. So I told you mine was 192.168.1.100. So I'm going to copy that one, and I'm going to paste that one. Name, we're just going to go CD. That's our crafting dead. I'm going to check it to enable it, and I'm going to click save. This is going to be different on every single router, so you might have to Google your router name. Mine is a, let's see, it might be a DIR, D-Link DIR 825. Let's see if that pulls up this router. Yep, that pulls up my router here that I'm using. It's a pretty old router. Looks like it was released 2011 was a review for it. But it is the router I use personally. So while I was recording this, I realized that I rambled on a lot and talked about a lot of completely unnecessary stuff. So I'm here at the end now, and just decided to re-record this last bit. So to actually, once you forwarded that port, like I showed you here, again, it is different per router. The easiest way is going to be to Google your router name, your router model. But we're going to go and we're going to basically Google what is my IP, and I'm not going to show you my external IP address, because that is something that could be used for a DDoS attack, which is a denial of service, or just, it's not good to give people your external IP address if at all possible. So, you have to give people your IP address, like your friends, if they're trying to join your server. If you're trying to make a genuine actual server, you might as well pay for some professional hosting, because it's going to have DDoS protection, everything like that, that this, that your home router is not going to have. So only give this IP address to your good friends and to people who you know are not going to use it for malicious intent. But this will pop up an IP address, and that is one that you would be able to give to your friends. If that does not work and you forwarded ports correctly, there is nothing I can do to get it to work. You might check with your internet service provider and make sure port forwarding is a service that they offer. Some make you pay extra on your service plan for that, in which case you might as well pay for actual server hosting. That's about all I have. As always, you can join my Discord down in the description, and you can try and talk to me. I try and be as active on there as possible. It might take me a bit to get to you, so please do not expect an answer right the second you post a question. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. See you. Farewell.